We're going to look at multi-step problems, and we're going to use our RDW process to help us. Enzo's puts 3 meatballs in each of its meatball subs. Carlos's uses 2 times as many meatballs for its meatball subs. Mr. Kerwin orders 4 meatball subs from Carlos's. How many meatballs will be in his subs? All right, so let's go do that RDW. We read it. We're going to look for those 3 parts that we need to do in that with that reading. Underline the question, bracket the important information, and circle keywords and our verbs. Starting with our question. How many meatballs will be in his subs? Now, who's the his? Mr. Kerwin orders 4 meatball subs from Carlos's. So we're looking from Carlos's are the subs that he's getting. Mr. Kerwin is. So I'm just going to write Carlos here just to kind of remind me. Enzo's puts 3 meatballs in each of its meatball subs. Okay, so bracketing the important information. Enzo's puts 3 meatballs in each of its meatball subs. Carlos's uses 2 times as many meatballs for its meatball subs. So Carlos uses 2 times as many. And then Mr. Kerwin orders 4 meatball subs from Carlos's. So we want to find out how many meatballs will be in Mr. Kerwin's, and he got his sandwiches from Carlos. So looks like I can't solve for Carlos's until I solve for Enzo's. All right. We see any keywords in there that we think we need to circle? Each. Each tells me equal groups. Times. That also tells me equal groups. We're going to be multiplying because multiplying is equal groups. Okay. So Enzo puts 3 meatballs. So if we have Enzo's here, here's Enzo. And Enzo has 3 meatballs in one sandwich. And we know Carlos, he also has a sandwich. And Carlos has 2 times as many as Enzo. So we know that there was 3 in Enzo's. And we know that Carlos has twice as many. So Carlos is going to have 2 of those 3s. So this is Carlos's sandwich. That's his one sandwich. One sandwich. And Carlos, here's his one sandwich. So Enzo has 3 meatballs in his one sandwich, and Carlos has twice as many as Enzo, which means that he would have a total of 6 meatballs in one sandwich. And that was 3 meatballs for Enzo. Okay, so I figured out how many meatballs each of those gentlemen have in one sandwich. Let's go back and reread our problem. Mr. Kerwin orders 4 meatball subs from Carlos's. How many meatballs will be in his subs? So we know he gets 4 sandwiches, and in one sandwich, there's 6 meatballs. So that means he has 4 groups. Oh, I forgot about bracketing that. 4 meatball subs from Carlos. So that means he has 4 groups. Each of them have 6 in them. So here's his, we can do it equal groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 sandwiches, each with 6, which would be 4 groups of 6, which is 24 meatballs. And we can also, that's one picture, our equal groups. We can draw it as a tape diagram here. So it's tape diagram, and that's one sandwich had 6 meatballs. Another one had 6 more. Another one had 6, and his fourth one had 6. Same thing though, we have our 4 groups of 6, which gives us a total of 24 meatballs.